And hello, everyone. We're live.
Hello, and welcome to I was about to say the after show, so I clocked that up already. Hello, and welcome to our Thin Blood campaign, V5. My name's Usman Dan. You are watching Table Troop Games, and our wonderful, these are the wonderful players with Jenny, our wonderful DM. And the music he's been listening to is Miracle of Sound. He's awesome. Check him out. If you want to find our YouTube videos of past shows or previous episodes, you can do so at Table Troop Games on YouTube. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can at Table Troop Game, because the name is one character too long. And we have a Discord somewhere, which if somebody is wonderful, they'll link the Discord in chat. I think that's it. Jenny, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Jenny, Jenny Artorias, everywhere online, and just now I move house. That is the nightmare I'm going through just now, but it'll be over soon. Other than that, I play a lot of vampire games, almost exclusively vampire. So, yeah. Ryan, who are you?
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm here being a lovable thin blood who has done nothing wrong so far. And when I'm not here, keep the schedule intact, which is rare. I also run my own tabletop game over on my Twitch channel by 9940, where I'm the morphine master of a Power Ranger. We may or may not be getting a guest star in the near future.
Sounds fantastic. I'm sure they'll do a great job. Shadows, who are you?
Hi, I am the one that is going to blame all tech problems on Doozer's tech goblins, because he has them, and they're awful. But I think so far we're doing good, and no tech goblins have appeared. Yay!
That's good.
I'm also playing Elliot, who is having a hard time.
It's meant to be Gerbil next, so Gerbil, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I am the Lazy Gerbil. I am a internet ghost that exists only on this channel that may or may not change. I don't know. I'm just here to have a good time.
All of a sudden, Gerbil is plotting.
Yes, I am plotting my inevitable takeover of this channel.
I would love to see you try, sir, given that you have literally no power on the channel.
And we know Jenny can break you.
And sorry, what? And we
the
know
undisputed queen of this.
I am fully aware that almost everybody can beat my ass on this channel.
We don't support beating each other.
Debatable whether or not Ryan or Doozer could.
It's fine. I only beat people with consent. So,
There we go.
And on the subject of consent, this is a World of Darkness show. As such, there will be adult themes and adult content. If you find any content within this episode distressing or uncomfortable, please step away. And if you feel it necessary, skip the episode. Your mental health is always more important. Self-care is best care.
If you feel like hearing someone eat a bit of blood off of a steak is disgusting, yeah, just skip the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, look. I think body horror is cool. I like body horror as a horror trope. Even I was horrified by that description last week. Like, even I'm sat there just thinking, please kill me. Like, I just want to crawl out of my own skin right now. So yeah, like it's a thing. It's a thing. If you need to step away, please do. And like I said, self-care is best care. And if any, our characters may argue, our characters may do or say terrible things. That does not mean the player themselves is a terrible person. And hate the game, not the player, I guess.
We are playing monsters. We ourselves are not monsters.
Yeah,
Yes,
basically.
even if we joke about beating other players, we just love them. We're gonna beat them with love.
I mean, I'd like to point out nobody mentioned beating Gerbil.
Gerbil did. Gerbil mentioned beating Gerbil.
You know.
Yes, but we don't kink shame the Gerbil.
Lol.
Anyway, moving swiftly onwards, Jenny, take it away.
Yeah. So we join our thinbloods. We're going to do a very quick scene between Ryan, who has rainbows in his eyes, and Gerbil.
Go push that gay agenda.
Yeah. Actually, Gerbil, were you planning to have Zach in the scene because it's in the hospital and things?
I think they can bump into each other, but I think it'll start off as just Veronica.
Yeah. Okay. So, we bring it into a hospital in central London. It's a old Victorian style like building in the outer facade. And the inside is very much the classic British hospital, like sterile corridors, those large like fire doors, a few gurneys, like the moving beds in the corridors, as the camera sort of zooms through them, and through a door that says research lab, we see one of our thinbloods, Veronica, hunched over a table, looking through a microscope. Carol,
So,
what is Veronica doing?
just one suggestion. May I suggest the name of the hospital?
Sure.
Winston Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
And you just see her examining a patient's blood slide. She can see that there are like that he has like whatever cancer of the red blood cells it is, and she's just like, great, more bad news, and puts that slide away. Realize she doesn't have any more slides. Goes,
Yeah, the office has been quite quiet since Greg disappeared. So you've not really had anyone to distract you with nerdy trivia or anything. Just yeah.
No, I think she misses the heated debates about what the best DS9 episode was. And she grabs she basically ties off her arm, then grabs a needle and extracts her own blood. And I can roll arouse if you want.
No, this isn't. This is like just enough to get a sample. It's not like a rouse check. It's more of a substantial amount. Like if you lost a rouse check in real life, you'd be like, that's worrying, you know. It's like I need stitches. So you're fine.
And she basically prepares a slide of her own blood, and she does basically all the regular tests. And do you want me to roll a chemistry check?
Sure. Yeah. Let's start with that.
Okie dokie. Science. That is 5 successes.
5. Pretty good. Yeah, you can. You learn a few things. It's so your blood behaves still fairly human. It's interesting, it's like there's no deterioration. Like normally you'd expect your blood cells to be in like different states of like decay, but these are sort of uniform, as if they just don't break down. Yeah. But other than that, your blood type still seems to be the same. The sort of protein markers that you'd expect to be there, still there.
And I think she's distracted at this point, and she accidentally spills something on the slide and goes, "Oh, fucking hell!" And then she looks at the microscope and sees her blood cells actively reacting to the foreign substance in a way that blood cells do not react normally.
Yeah, it's almost similar to that that sludge that you were analyzing before. How your blood sort of bonds to it. Say it's like one of the acids or bases that is used to isolate like blood samples properly. And yeah, it's weird. It's bonding to it and like consuming it.
What the shit?
How does Veronica feel like with it's very similar to how that stuff was reacting before the sample.
Okay. This is going to sound a little weird, but I kind of want to roll a frenzy check, but instead of a frenzy, it's suppressing a panic attack.
Sure, yeah, we'll just we'll say it's a willpower check.
Okie doke. So roll unspent willpower.
Yeah. I don't think you've spent any willpower anyway, so.
I think 2 successes is enough not to freak the fuck out.
Mhm.
Okay. Wait a second. I would like to make my first potion.
Mhm. Yeah. So which one is this? Is this far reach or
Sorry, could you say that again?
is this the far reach formula?
Yes, far reach.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
thin blood alchemy plus intelligence.
Yes. For this you will need to rise as well. So you start
There's the
with
rouse.
Yeah. Okay. And the roll.
Okie dokie. Oh wait, that's another
No,
rouse.
well,
Okay.
yeah. Intelligence and alchemy.
Three
Okay,
successes.
3 successes. Yeah, you could re-roll 3 if you wanted to see if you can get a crit, but
You know what?
I think 3
Let's give it a gander.
Yeah.
No crits, but that's 2 more successes.
Okay. Yeah. So we've not seen the blood alchemy before. So for those who don't know, it is not like blood sorcery in terms of like rituals where you have to meet a specific DC for like the level of the formula you're making. For blood alchemy, it is 2 successes gives you a like weak success, like the potion will work, it'll do something, just not very well. For standard, and a crit is better than intended. So Does it go into the details of what better than intended might be? No, it does not. But yeah, it's a weird system. So as you start taking things around the lab, we can discuss later what your particular process is if you don't have any ideas for ingredients.
So I think she is treating this like a lab. You know, like something you do in a high school or a college. So basically, she is writing down specific like measurements, the exact resources she is using, and she is basically treating this like a lab, and she is going to like go through the process of like what this does and how much thing it can do, for lack of better phrasing.
It's hard to sort of like quantify. There's different elements of this that are, I mean, it's called alchemy for a reason. It's taking a substance and turning it into something else. It's so bizarre. It's like new chemistry. As you're sort of going into this unknown field. And yeah, you think you've got something as you finally put together this first formula. You're not incredibly sure how it would work.
And at this point, she goes, okay. And she is heading directly to Zach's office.
Okay.
With the formula, with the potion in hand.
Yeah, so we will cover to Zach and his office, where you hear a knock at the door.
Come in. You hear Zach say.
Veronica rushes in, closes the door, locks it, and draws the blinds.
Oh, good. I was coming to see. There's no need, because the first thing you notice as you enter is Zach's room is a lot darker than he normally has it. Because of one of his own little veins.
And she goes, do you mind if I turn on the lights?
Honestly, it hurts me a bit given what I am. Also, I found out what we are. I was planning to tell you once our shifts were over.
Let me guess, we're fucking vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the door open?
No, she closed and locked it.
Okay.
So I found out some stuff. I want to contact the other two. I can contact Elliot through his sister, who's a patient of mine. But I'm not sure about that other gentleman. Do you have a way to contact him?
Honestly, I think I did some. I was volunteering in the ICU for a month, and I'm pretty sure he's part of a gang. I think I did some basic first aid on one of his buddies. And not my boyfriend, but his name was Tommy.
Our character, just a quick correction. I would have said Gerbil's sister, not Elliot's. I made a mistake. So do you have a way to contact Elliot, or I'm guessing my police contact will help me find the gangster?
I'm not sure. I'll get back to you, but I have something more pressing. So,
also, I spoke to our kidnapper again.
Fucking what?
Yeah, he came to my apartment building. Also saw Greg. Still a zombie.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in a box and deal with that later. So my blood reacts to certain materials, and I'm pretty sure I just made a potion.
I think Mr. Crowley spoke about that. He said the kind of vampires we are different to normal kind. Our blood is weirder, and we have benefits that others of other vampires don't.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I can do magic.
Okay, I'm assuming being able to walk in the sun isn't a normal vampire thing.
Nope. Sadly, that is something Bram Stoker did get wrong in his book, apparently.
And she opens up the vial and basically goes, well, the only way to figure out what this does is to test it. Chugs it. And Jenny, what does she feel when Veronica drinks this potion?
Good question. It's like another sense kicks in. It's like you're feeling nerves outside your body that sort of stretch and expand in this sort of area around you. It feels like you could reach out and just touch something.
And she literally just reaches out her hand and does this motion, and a pen on your desk is levitating.
Zach raises his eyebrow. Interesting.
And she does this, and it comes to her hand as if magnetically attracted.
I try to grab it and put it back in its place.
Yeah,
Please don't mess up my desk.
You can try and pull it. You feel like Zach reaching for the pen and trying to like pull out your grasp, and it is like you're holding it. You're sure with a bit of effort you could maybe maintain the grip, but it doesn't seem that strong.
Also, I do have one other thing. I pull out a bag and tip it on the desk, and there's just a ton of phones. Are any of these yours?
I'm sorry, what? You were roboting in my ears.
Zach pulls out a bag after this and just tips out a ton of phones onto his desk and says, are any of these yours?
There is an iPhone with a bright pink like phone case with a heart that says V plus T. So, yes, this one is mine.
Good.
And she put.
Do you know who Alistair Crowley is by any chance?
Okay, just for my own information, Alistair Crowley invented Scientology, right?
No, that was. We've had this conversation. Alistair Crowley is like a Victorian age like occultist and weirdo and mountain climber.
And prophet.
Okay.
He did start a religion, but it wasn't Scientology.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I don't think the religion that he started is like common knowledge. But he's like a fairly famous like witchcraft person.
If we're talking about the Victorian Aleister Crowley, he was a famous occultist. Are you fucking kidding me? We got turned by motherfucking Aleister Crowley.
Zach pulls up a glass of wine, just starts sipping some. Yeah.
My God, my life has turned into a bad soap opera.
Ain't it great?
The wine, by the way, tastes fantastic. Like it's one of the few things that you can drink, and like there's no quality of difference between it being like from before being turned. It's just like tastes great.
Oh, also, just to check, she opens her mouth and extends her fangs. Can you do the same thing?
Yep. Drink at least 2 people last night while talking to Alistair. Turns out I can actually enrich blood to make it better for our kind to drink. And I can also taste blood to figure out more information about people of our kind. I did a lot of experimentation last night, is what I'm saying.
Are you aware how creepy that sounds?
Not until you pointed it out. No. There's a reason on this hospital's webpage. I always get the review: "Good doctor, bad bedside manner."
Hmm. Yeah, like I fed on Tommy.
Nah.
Apparently, when I fall asleep, I'm a corpse to the world. He freaked the fuck out. His heart was racing, and
Sounds about
I
right.
just
We are. Sorry. While it is a great scene, and I don't want to cut off, I'm aware that we've been focused on you guys for a little while. So
Sorry.
as
yeah.
you
yeah.
as you discuss the ins and outs of being vampires, let's cut over to Elliot for a quick moment. So, Elliot, we see you in a second-hand phone shop with it's one of those places that's like second-hand electronics and stuff of all kinds. So there's like old game consoles and stuff. There's a young man like behind a counter, and a little girl excitedly looking through like different shelves and pointing different phones and things out to you. There's one that's like probably like a brand new iPhone that was appropriated and is like £2,000 or something. It's like no, darling. What does Grace look like?
Okay, so let me look at Elliot's. Okay, and then I imagine Becca probably has light eyes, so she probably would have gotten dark eyes from Elliot. Okay, so she's 6. Probably wearing like a little fucking My Little Pony like backpack with hair with her brown hair in like pigtails.
Right.
And probably wearing like a dress, but you can see that she's definitely wearing like pants underneath.
Yeah.
And she's like very excitedly looking at phones and be like, "Ooh, this one looks pretty."
Yeah. She runs back over to you with like a phone in her hands. It's like, Daddy, get this one. And like you don't know how she got out of the case. Like these cases are meant to be locked.
Like, Grace, how did you get that?
Shucks.
Grace.
She's holding it up here. It's like a very like it's similar to Veronica's phone. It's like very pink.
He'll pick it up and like do the dad like squish her head and just mess her hair a little and like grab it and look towards the young man and be like, I'm not sure how she got this.
Yeah, he's watching. Are you buying it?
How much?
Looks over at the case. 80 quid. Says 70 on the case.
He looks over to where he saw it and he's like, how about 70? And like puts it on the desk.
Say this is like an old like Nokia 3100. Like this is a brick. You know, you could kill someone with this.
Perfect.
But it's in like a custom print case.
It's the type he likes.
Yeah. Deal. £5 for a charger with it.
At 70, you really should just be giving me the charger. Come on.
Give me a persuasion roll. I'll give you a +1 because Grace is cute.
Okay, persuasion what? Please tell me charisma.
Yeah, sure.
I would just like to say Grace is an adorable little chaos gremlin, and I love it.
Yes. Would he know how to? Probably no. So that's 4 dice. And all successes. Well, my luck is turning from last time.
Yeah, we sort of like, as you're haggling, like the camera pans over and Grace is just giving like the largest like eyes to, yeah. And he's like, fine. So you buy your phone.
I turn towards Amy and go, so what was it you wanted?
Yeah, this is where we'll bring Amy into this bit, I think. So, start your sister.
So my sister's probably wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, and she's 20. Looks kind of like Elliot, so dark eyes, dark hair. Probably has like a little on one of the fingers. She has painted nails, but one of the nails has like a little star on it.
Yeah, and very prominently on her ring finger, she has an engagement ring.
Yeah, probably in the same finger as the star. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cute. I like it. Yeah. She takes Gracie's hand as like you're walking out of the store. Grace like reaches up to take your other one. And yeah. You're walking out into this busy London street. There's that sort of moment as like you go into the sunlight where you feel a little bit weaker. Yeah. It sort of takes like the wind out of you a little bit, but you're getting like used to it. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, since you disappeared on us,
was kidnapped. Okay.
She gives you a look like, yeah, sure.
I have the police records.
Yeah, I believe you.
Sound like you do.
Like I had to watch Grace, like for 2 days.
And that should be a good thing.
It was delightful. She gives like Gracie's hand a little squeeze. Travel.
I think it would be amazing if Grace mentioned Auntie Jessie.
Yeah, sure. That is yeah. We'll get to that in a second. Jess and I are going dress shopping soon. And
you are going with, you're 20. Are you sure?
What are you referring to specifically?
Them getting married. He's like, you're 20. Like, are you sure you want to do this now? Maybe wait a couple years? He's not against it, just like he thinks it's too soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, protective older brother, like, I don't want her to break your heart in like a year, and then you have to deal with the legalities of being married, etc.
How old were you when you had Grace?
That's why he's saying this.
Yeah,
she's talking from experience.
You. Glass houses.
He's like, And I'm talking from experience.
Grace, honey, would you rather have Aunt Jessie probably be your aunt? Like, you can have two aunts. Or would you like to stick with boring old me? And Grace like looks up at you and it's like if you the same look she gave the guy behind the counter. It's
She
like
just
I want two
looks
aunties.
over at Amy and goes, "You know that's not fair." And he'll use the hand that he isn't holding Grace's hand on to ruffle Amy's hair.
Yeah, should have backed your hand away. Just yeah. And yeah. Oh, we're going dress shopping.
So I'm taking
And
Grace
we would
home
like you to
then.
come.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe leave her with her mom. And we'll cut away there. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking Grace should turn and be like, "But I want to go dress shopping."
Yeah, that's maybe the last thing we hear as the camera cuts. And we'll sort of jump forward 2 weeks at this point. This is when you spend your XP and things from the time skip. You've developed your thin blood alchemy and things, your blood sorcery, you're like starting to learn a bit more how different things work, your celerity does. And Elliot, you learned that animal blood is like something you can live on. It's not great, but it's fine.
I mean, it's basically the only thing he's tried. So
yeah,
we don't speak about the drop of human blood. That never happened.
delicious, absolutely delicious.
Never talk about it.
Yeah. And I think you got like your 4th point in athletics, yeah?
It's one of those moments where it's like, turns out I have a new veil. No, a new line.
Yeah. But yeah, we will pan our camera over at the end of this time skip, where someone's going to go 2 weeks later and fade away. And we cut to a parking garage. It's the middle of the night. You're there with your right-hand man and Billy. And we haven't seen Billy before. Billy's an older man, kind of wiry. His skin's a bit tough. He's like chewed up leather as a person. He's in sort of a denim jacket that's old and faded as he is. But he still carries himself with like a fair bit of strength. And yeah, he is talking to your gang. So we've been dealing with these fucking Hell's Angels. I do wish you'd waited to kick off a fucking gang war, but here we are.
Sorry about that, boss. Things got a bit heated. You will notice that James isn't wearing the usual like hoodie and jeans and that. Like I imagine if I had a scene in my head ready, but you skipped straight to this. But basically, it would have been James like putting on the hoodie and jeans, seeing himself in his mirror, and just frowning in disapproval. And then we see James walking out of his apartment, out of his flat, wearing a suit and smart shoes. And so that's what he's wearing, and he's just I do apologize, boss, but things got a little heated. I lost control. I have, however, been making some inquiries, and I've started the process of buying the businesses out from under the Hells Angels. We'll run them out of London if we have to. Piece by piece. They won't have anywhere left to hide. And like the rats they are, they'll run from the sinking ship.
Okay. Well, as I said, not thrilled with you checking stuff off without approval, but
I have a
hasn't
feeling
worked
they
out
were
too
gonna
badly for us.
have a feeling they were gonna push it to that point anyway, boss. Like they didn't seem particularly willing to negotiate when we turned up. They seemed to be deliberately provoking.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a few places that we've been hit. I think we're starting to wise up to the operation we have going in the gym. So I'd like to get some security there, actually. Beef
See
things
what I
up.
can do.
Yeah, it's you've been to the gym before. It's where Billy sort of trains up his toughs. And there's a small sort of like money operation, illegal fighting, that kind of thing. In fact, now that you come to think of it, you remember seeing someone there. I'm pretty sure you've seen Elliot there.
Yeah. You know, I was actually, before you said that, I was thinking James would probably recommend Elliot go to that place. But yeah, it's like you know, yeah, one of the guys that frequents the gym was one of the people that was kidnapped with me. So we got to know each other a bit during our impromptu bonding session. I might be able to get him to help out a bit. Maybe. I don't know. He seems he seems a bit goody two shoes, but maybe.
Yeah. I think he's a bit too soft for this line of work. The kid's a good fighter, but I don't know. Never really sort of made the type to get involved in this line of work.
Yeah.
Very hell of a kick. Okay. I'm going to leave dealing with the bikers to you for now. So any muscle you need, you've got your crew. We still have a few guns from our last deal. Tommy buried some of them in a field in an unsealed box, and they're rusty to fuck. So we lost half. But
the next time you have a
Tommy has a black eye. Like
yeah,
you can be battered for this.
Tommy, the next time you have a bright idea, don't.
Yeah,
it's just like yeah, I imagine he looks at Tommy and sees Tommy's black eye. I'm like, well, that explains that then. And I'll see what I can do about getting more guns and keeping them away from Tommy. I imagine Tommy's just like, hey!
Yeah, a little bit. Great. Well, not too worried about that. I think he's learned his lesson.
Hmm.
So you said you've got some leads to track down.
Yeah.
Let me know how that goes. I would appreciate a heads up before you kick any heads in.
Will do.
Yeah, and he turns to leave. He's got like his own like one or two people there with him. Who again are like older. Like been in the game for a while. And yeah. When he leaves, one of the newer members of your crew, a youngish guy, with darker skin, like black hair, cropped short. Yeah, James, sir.
Yeah.
I think I know something about the bikers. Like I think that well, like my dad knows a guy, and like he's in like this biker club. Um, he's actually our postie, calls himself Thor. Um, yeah, I know. The so he's been trying to like sign up with these bikers. I think one of their bars is like the like recruitment place. Or you could go smash that up.
Smash it up. No. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to turn it into. And he looks at Tommy and he gives Tommy a big shit-eating grin and just says, I'm going to turn it into a vape shop. You want to become a legitimate business owner, Tommy? You want to have that vape shop you've always dreamed of?
Yeah, shit boss, that sounds really nice.
Good. And he just claps Tommy on the back and is like, then that's what we're going to do. Now, we're going to need to be smart about this. The Hells Angels are not going to respond kindly to us attempting to buy this bar out. But, you know, I'm sure we can find some way to run them out. Okay, who here's good with computers?
Yeah, that is where we will cut that scene as you begin to make your plans. So let me just go back to my notes a little bit. Right, so I think we're a bit ahead of schedule, but okay, let's do the dress shopping. So we cut to a nice mid to like high end dress shop, where we see a few people. See Elliot, his sister Amy, we see Veronica and her sister Jess, and a few other sort of like bridesmaids and things going around. There's as you've like come in, there's like a nice, well-dressed young woman, like ready to greet you. When it became clear you were customers, like champagne has been brought out. And you know, they're fawning over Jess and Amy. Trevor, can you describe Jess for us? Oh, Mike, what are you going to say?
If Shaq got wind of this, could he have tried to see if he could get an invite to this as an excuse to talk to Elliot?
I think Veronica would probably mention that I don't. Do you think Veronica knows about Elliot?
I think Amy, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
I think Amy would have mentioned she had a brother named Elliot. I don't
Mhm.
think she would have connected the dots that it's the same Elliot.
Right. Yeah. So this is probably the first thing you start like showing up and being like, "This is Spider-Man meme of like you." Um,
No, the first thing she would have done is walk over, like sort of power walk over and excitedly hug Amy.
mhm.
Because like doing the you're going to be my new sister and you're going to pay for it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
she excitedly just walks over and makes. Oh, I forgot to describe Jesse. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
So Jesse is 5'6" with auburn hair. Her hair is nowhere near as bright as Veronica's is, and
Mhm.
she has a smattering of freckles across her face and big rainbow rimmed glasses.
Hmm.
They are very loud, and currently she is trying on a flowy, almost like ball gown dress that is a bright red.
Hmm.
And Veronica basically goes, I am paying for both of your dresses. That is my wedding gift, and you will accept it.
Yeah. So they're like halfway like arguing back and forth about who's paying. Like they've saved up a lot for this. Like,
And she goes, I am your big sister and practically your mother. I am paying for your dress, so there.
fine. Looks at like Amy, sticks her tongue out, and they both like go back and start trying on other dresses and things, and yeah, eventually you have a moment where it's kind of just you and Elliot, like the other bridesmaids and stuff are off to one side trying on their own dresses and stuff. Shadows.
I just want to not be muted and point out Elliot has been awkward and in the background the entire time. Probably like hood up, like trying to disappear into the wall because he can't afford anything here. He wishes he could for his sister, but he can't. And he doesn't want to break anything. So he's just like cowering in a corner in awkwardness.
This is part of your sister's revenge. Is she knows that you would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yep.
So yeah, you've definitely gotten like a few looks like
He's a
you don't belong here.
Yep. He's basically wearing gym clothes. And it's a fairly well built 5'10" man in a dress shop.
Yeah.
Does not belong here.
Yeah. To quote the saying, you look like a bull in a china shop.
Yes, and he's trying not to be one.
Yeah. There's like a very like awkwardly small glass of champagne. Like the stem is like incredibly thin. You're very worried about breaking it.
I think Veronica leans over to Amy and goes, do you think you were a little too cruel with Elliot?
I grew up with him. This is kind of don't worry about it. He deserves it.
You know, he was actually kidnapped.
Yeah,
I saw him.
I know. You're right. Yeah, like Jess was saying, like, what's, like, are you guys okay? Like, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm a little surprised you're more concerned about me than your fucking brother.
Well, you're gonna be my new sister-in-law, like.
And he's your brother. And she is going to needle her a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
Amy's just a bit of an imp. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to try to make him feel a little less awkward, okay?
Sure, yeah. Hey, he's
Okay.
single.
I have a boyfriend. And I don't think he's into threesomes.
Which
Yeah,
one?
she turns red at that. That sort of jumps a bit.
Oh, yes,
Talk
yes.
about having sex. Gross.
Veronica is absolutely shameless.
Yeah.
The fun part is
yeah,
I'm not sure
Amy
anyone
sort of, like,
knows
storms away.
which one of the two you meant when you said he's not into threesomes, because that's two of them.
Anyway, we.
Obviously, she met Tommy.
Yeah, but both are very awkward, and Amy would probably just be very, very just like red goes away.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if you
so
met my
again-
brother, and I really don't want to know.
So you two are now like mostly alone to like talk. Is there anything you want to sort of say to each other?
I think when Elliot sees her approach, he takes a solid like minute to even realize, because a lot has gone on in the last week.
She kind of
Like,
just tugs on your sleeve a little bit because she is tiny.
You do realize he's been tracking you. Like
Okay.
he's been looking. You don't have to get his attention. You already have it. He's just clearly thinking about something.
So she
Started with a V, right?
Veronica,
Ah, right. Sorry.
and she goes, "Have you had the uncontrollable urge to drink blood?" Very, very quietly, so
I
nobody
think
else
he
can
was
hear.
like quietly sipping some champagne, and he actually like holds himself. But there's like a little bit of
No, I think that the little stem like just snaps out of the glass, and it's just like
I think he's not that strong, right? He's more dexterous than strong.
oh no, it's not that you don't have to be particularly strong to accidentally break glasses, especially if you sort of find ones. But if you don't want to break it, that's fine.
It's
probably-
more
it's
like
probably
he
a-
doesn't want to spit the champagne all over the floor.
Mhm.
There may be a little cracking sound,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fully break.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe a little bit of the champagne does lift his lips and go back into the glass as he goes.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
She opens her mouth and extends her fangs so he can see, and
He
she's
looks
positioning
confused.
herself.
What?
Puts them away.
What? He like tries to back up, but he's already against the wall. He's like, what?
I'm in the same boat you are.
What are you talking about?
Okay. I need to know if you're just being dense or if you're being evasive.
Why
I'm a
do
little confused.
why do your teeth do that?
And she leans in and goes, "Because we were all turned into fucking vampires."
But mine don't.
Wait, what?
My teeth haven't done anything weird.
Okay. That's a little weird.
Though I did demolish a steak without cooking it.
And you didn't think that was weird?
Yes. But I'm trying not to think about it.
Yeah,
but you-
delicious human sauce.
That doesn't. He's actively blocking that from his mind.
Yeah, but you... Okay. Food doesn't taste as good. It
Yeah.
doesn't satisfy you.
The
And
steak
when you
did.
had...
The steak mostly did.
And what was different about that raw steak? than any other food.
I'm trying not to come to that conclusion. I don't
Well-
like that conclusion.
Well, too bad, because when I was in the middle of tenderly hugging my boyfriend, I drank his fucking blood, and I'm kind of freaking out about that.
Was that a euphemism, or were you actually just hugging?
That is the literal truth.
Okay.
Also, I can make
Also-
potions with my blood.
Weird
That
and
is-
weirder?
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure we're dead. Because the moment I fell asleep, apparently I was cold as a corpse.
But, like, I checked. I have a heartbeat.
So do I. But when I went to sleep, my boyfriend found a corpse in our bed. And when I woke up, I had a heartbeat, and it freaked him the fuck out.
Should I be concerned about my sister marrying into a family that keeps corpses in their bed?
Don't be obtuse.
Oh, you mean you? Okay, you were
Yes,
the. Oh,
me.
okay.
You fucking idiot.
I'm trying to process a whole lot, okay? And I'm not that smart.
Anyway. That you know the doctor guy, right?
There was a doctor guy.
Okay. There was Okay, and she describes Zach to a T.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He apparently came into contact with the guy that kidnapped us.
Is he okay?
Yes. And this is going to sound completely fucking insane, but the guy that turned us was Aleister Crowley. And
Can I roll
by Aleister-
academics?
Yeah, sure.
And she goes,
Yeah, where's my mouse? Where is my mouse?
and she
Found it.
and she also adds, and by Aleister Crowley, I mean the Victorian era Aleister Crowley.
It rings like a bell. It's I don't know. You think maybe he was like a bad guy in a Sherlock Holmes movie? Actually, I don't think it's happened yet. Huh? In 2014. I don't know. It rings a big bell. Like witchcraft, maybe?
Bell, something witchcraft?
He was an occultist in the Victorian era and a massive, massive windbag. And
But isn't Victorian era like a lot of years ago?
the Victorian era was I want to say about 300 years ago.
Like 200.
200. The
That's
Victorian
why
era was
I didn't say math, because I'm like, I'm not sure which century that was.
The Victorian era was 200 years ago. If you haven't caught on, we are undead immortal vampires.
Shit. That's probably bad, right?
You know, it probably depends on your point of view. I'm personally not a big fan of being kidnapped and murdered, but
I mean, I'm also not a fan of being kidnapped or murdered. I don't think anyone would be.
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some people actively asked for this sort of thing. Anyway, the
Weirdos.
doctor wants to talk to all of us. because apparently he's figured shit out.
I do we have to? I would rather not get any more involved. I've figured, take every so often and I'm fine.
Okay, let me put it this way. We got turned by a fucking monster. If vampires are real, what else is real? And more to the point, what happens if they come looking for you? What happens to Grace?
So this isn't ignore it and it won't go away, but you'll get a couple extra years apiece.
If we actively ignore this, there is a good chance that our loved ones might be killed to get to us. And considering what happened to us, I don't think many of them have qualms with murdering a child.
Right, so where does the doc want to meet?
Okay, you said we should meet at...
The doc would have given you the bag of phones.
Oh, and which one of these was your phone?
Help rummage through and find his phone.
And would have asked to get the phone back for when we meet up with the final member.
And she basically gives address of random park in the London area.
Actually, I'm going to offer that you're going to meet at the Chantry.
Yeah, that's where the doc would have said to meet.
Oh, okay.
If I didn't get it wrong, that's in a church?
Mm.
Okay. Weird. I don't know why he wants to meet at a church.
Apparently
I
he
guess
can.
Weird places.
Apparently he can do magic.
I'm not sure magic and church go together, but okay. I haven't fully followed this one through.
The Chantry is not in a church; it's in a hotel. The Andus Hotel or something, but it's in a hotel in London.
It's in a church.
Okay, fair enough. The canon.
Alternate universe.
True. Sorry.
Sorry, go on, guys.
I don't see how one follows from the other, but okay.
And
Weird.
she grabs you by the arm and is guiding you over to the dress shopping. Now we are going to act like you are going to act like you actually want to be here. And you are going to bask in your sister's joy, and we are going to forget about what we just talked about for at least 3 hours.
Wait, this takes 3 hours?
As we cut away, Elliot is horrified to learn that this is going to go for another 4.5 hours.
Elliot's
And
clothes shopping is quick.
And one more line. She goes, "You have no fucking clue what women are like, do you?" Your silence answers me. Come on.
Just wait until you get invited to be Sack's best man at his wedding. You have to do this all over again.
Pain.
So we're going to cut away there to back to Doozer, actually, just briefly. So it's towards the end of the night. One of your crew is sort of escorting you home. This is one of Billy's precautions. You were kidnapped. He doesn't want to leave you sort of alone, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, especially if you're taking on like more responsibility, bikers have been trying to kick shit out of like some of your crew as well. So yeah, people are a bit tense and jumpy.
Yeah.
And it's
he would have also reached out to other gangs to see if they would want to join up and like kick the shit out of the Hells Angels. So I don't know how I don't know how that would have worked out.
I would suggest, Doozer, if you want to, and Jenny, if this is okay, you roll a networking check, whatever that would be.
Oh, a streetwise check.
I mean, we can. We'll get around to that later. Not really the point of the scene. So you're being escorted back. It's the young, like, dark-skinned guy. And he's like behind the wheel. This is like his crappy wee car. So you're Crowley's new experiment, yeah.
He's halfway through typing, like doing something on his phone, and he just stops. And he just looks. The fuck do you say?
He looks over at you. His eyes have
his
turned
free hand
red.
is already going towards his gun.
I wouldn't do that. You don't want to kill the kid.
Okay, who or what the fuck are you?
Name's Jack. Been dead a while. A lot longer than you.
You said kill the. You said I don't want to kill the kid. So what? You're like.
Oh,
Patrick Swayze up in this shit.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, probably. Spook.
He played a ghost in Jeez, never mind. So you're a ghost then, right? Because of course ghosts are also real. Fucking whatever. Okay, so what? Why are you here? Why are you possessing my driver?
Inviting you to a little shindig. You see that he's sort of turned off the street. Whitechapel. It's changed a little bit since.
And I tell you to go fuck a plug socket. What then?
Well, I guess I don't have to leave you entirely in one piece. I could kick the fuck out of you. That'd be very rude. And the boss doesn't like rude. So, let's try and avoid that, right?
Fine, whatever.
Yeah, that's good. Then you don't have to offer you sweets or anything. So.
He just raises an eyebrow like the fuck? Don't even have a response to that.
He is like not really paying attention to you. He's just driving. Old church. Where is the church? He feels it seems to be like fairly good at driving. Actually, he's doing all this very casually. I think they're meeting here. Anyway,
I never was one for being a choir boy, he says as he looks at the church.
Me neither. Build a few.
So
tell you what, they can hit some amazing notes when you stab them just right.
He goes to make a snarky response. And then he stops and he's like, so you say your name is Jack? Killed any prostitutes lately?
I don't know. You checked your obituaries lately?
Jesus fucking Christ.
How is Barb, by the way? Just speaking of old whores.
James, I think there's a smile which appears on James's face, which anyone that knows James knows that this is a very dangerous smile. It's just one little push and I'll shoot the fuck out of you. And he just looks and he just says, "My family is off limits. You deadbeat little prick."
Look, I was a monster when I was alive. I'm so much worse now. Nothing's off limits, you pathetic little infant. So, play along with the game. Don't fuck up the experiment. And, well, you'll get to play with Mary first, I think. But I look forward to having my fun with you. Now get out of the fucking car.
He's like, he gets out of the car, slams the door, like very petulantly, just very angry. And he's just like, fucking vampires, ghosts, what's the next fucking werewolves?
Yeah, you begin making your way to the church.
Yeah.
The car's still waiting briefly. We do see the others arrive for the meeting. And yeah, let's see how that goes as we cut into that scene. Imagine Zach is already there.
He should probably show up on his motorbike, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks and he goes, I haven't found you yet. How'd you get it?
I feel like just as he steps into the church, like something occurs to him. He's like, hang on a minute, somebody choked me the fuck out. And I think he considers turning to go back to the car, but I imagine it's driven off by now. So it's just like, motherfucker. And he goes into the church. Sorry, what does Zach say?
Zach turns a page on the book he's reading, probably one of the Tremere diaries or whatever was left here. And he looks at, oh, I hadn't found you yet. I was about to call our mutual friend to see if he could contact you.
Yeah, turns out I got kidnapped a second time. So, you know, I got unconsensually delivered to whatever the fuck this place is.
From the notes I've
library in a church.
From the notes I've been reading, that the people that used to run this place called it the Chantry.
And
right.
I think Veronica's also already there.
He's just like, isn't that something from a video game?
No clue.
Shit, what's it called? Dragon Age, right? The Chantry. Yeah.
But the answer here is, did you?
My little brother's a fan.
Did you also get kidnapped by Alistair Crowley the second time?
No, it was apparently the spirit of Jack the Ripper.
I'm sorry, what?
Was he speaking for someone else?
Yeah.
Less spirit and more transferring consciousness.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
He called himself Jack. Apparently he's Jack the Ripper.
Okay then. So that's another one of the 4 down.
So
our character was 4 figures that night, correct?
You're muted.
There was 4 assistants, yeah.
So it's 5 in total then, including Crowley.
I swear to God, if Abraham Lincoln walks through that door, I'm fucking leaving.
It's less likely to be Abraham Lincoln and more Stalin. It doesn't seem like good people are being recruited.
There's just the camera just cuts outside. There's a very sad and dejected looking Abraham Lincoln. Just Just a womp womp.
But yes, we are vampires, or apparently kindred is what
Yeah,
they call
yeah,
themselves.
So
Yeah, I kind of think of the vampire thing when I damn near ripped a biker's. When I you were saying that, when I damn near ripped some prick's throat out.
Also, bag tips it out. Take your phone back.
Oh,
so
he
There's only
picks up
just
his
one
phone.
left, so yeah.
Yeah, he picks up his phone.
so as far as we can tell, we all have powers. Can we assume Elliot is here too?
Yeah,
Um,
turns out I can do this, and he hands up a bit by snapping his fingers, and he blinks, and he just disappears. Because
Blink is a high level power. Blink is a high level power.
Yeah, but he's at celerity 3 right now, so he would have.
Blink is celerity 4.
Is it?
no, Blink's already.
He got to.
How are you celerity 3?
If your resonance gets you to 3, do you get another power? Or is your celerity just 3?
Your resonance wouldn't get you to 3.
No. Yeah, resonance
I
will
got-
get you up to 2.
But I think I was that.
It doesn't stack with any discipline level you already have.
Right, sorry, me being a derp. In that case, he's just like, yeah, I've been noticing that I'm a lot more agile than I was before. Like it's ridiculous.
And Veronica pulls out a pre-made potion, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And she goes, I can make fucking potions. Observe. She drinks it, and then she levitates a book.
Sam pulls out a vial of blood. I can do this. If we fed this to a person, we would need less blood out of them.
Yeah, so I've been looking into getting a regular supply of blood because not a fan of losing control.
How does fun question, Elliot? You're in a room full of people, well, monsters actually, just casually talking about having superpowers and drinking blood, and yeah, like there's a book that's flying.
So did Veronica
how do you feel?
drag him here or tell him the doc wanted to meet today? Okay.
Oh yeah, you are already seem flaky. She is not letting you get away from this because you need to face this.
I also,
But ignoring it.
She won't let you ignore it.
other things of note.
I think to answer Jen's question before anyone keeps going on with the scene, Elliot is against the wall and looking at all of them like they're insane.
Okay.
Other things of note. We're different to normal vampires. We have abilities they don't. They have abilities we can't possess. And also, Crowley told me if you I assume you all have
Is
that.
this the first time I've heard the name Crowley? Because I don't think Zach's mentioned it to this point.
Yes, I asked you if you were kidnapped by Crowley. You said no. You were kidnapped by a dude named Jack.
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
did say Carly, though.
Sorry. Yeah. That's like the third time I've heard the name Crowley. He's that cultist dude, right? Didn't Led Zeppelin buy his house or something?
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin lived in his house, bought his house.
Yes, I was here with him.
I don't know.
I was here with him last night as he was explaining some stuff and helping me understand my new skill set. Anyway, he explained that I assume all of us have that annoying hunger that just won't fucking go away.
Yeah.
He explained that if we drain someone's entire soul, aka drain them so they had no blood left, that is the only way for it to go away.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's never gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not. Doesn't see.
Can I insight?
Yeah,
That dog looked suspicious.
We all just insight the fuck out of Zach.
Why am I playing a low charisma character?
Sounds like a you problem. Okay, I guess I should actually log into the game. I thought I already had. My bad. Give me a moment.
Okay, so that's a crit.
Oh,
Hmm.
I have
You know,
one.
Right,
I have
right.
one.
gonna-
I have one die. I assume this would be a manipulation subterfuge if I had to roll, which would
Yeah, I think
which
so.
would be one
Actually-
die. I have no way of passing this.
Actually, we'll make it a composure subterfuge. As you're trying to keep like a straight face.
Fine,
But
that would
yeah,
be a
no,
whole
totally.
two. That'll be a whole two die. The only way for me to succeed here would be a crit.
No.
it's
Against
it's
six,
a, it's
you
a what
on
insight?
2 dice you cannot pass. Literally.
It's a what insight.
wits.
Sorry.
Wits.
Okay.
You can beat Veronica's 2 dice with a crit. You just won't beat the 6 I have.
And he gets 0 successes.
Yeah.
Again,
Lying
Sat-
through her teeth.
Sat,
His
50.
teeth.
Amazing doctor, fantastic looking. King is pulling off this gothic dress really well. Cannot lie to save his life, and yeah, he knows more about. He clearly knows more about the whole draining a soul than he's letting on.
And Veronica just goes, "You fucking ate someone?"
Mate, that's a bit fucked.
There's a reason I didn't want to tell you all because I assumed you would be.
Yeah,
judgmental
because you're a
about it.
goddamn murderer.
It was a whole thing. It doesn't matter. So here's the thing.
I don't know, mate. I
Fucking
think
mad-
it fucking
and she-
matters.
And she gets up and grabs him by the collar, and you goes, "You fucking murdered someone!"
And I don't
Is it-
plan to.
Does the book hit him? Like, does the book just like fly across the room and like bang?
That's right, Veronica. Throw the book at him. He doesn't
I
say
think
that.
the book zooms into a candelabra and bends the candelabra
Yeah.
And
because
I
she
don't-
is fucking pissed.
And I don't plan on doing it again.
Aren't you like a doctor? Didn't you do no harm or whatever?
You know what? She's
Technically,
angry enough. Veronica is pissed enough at how cavalier he's being about murdering someone. She's going to put him in a neck hold.
All right.
You know this doesn't affect those that don't need to breathe, right?
Pretty sure
He's
the
like, "That's a
neck
terrible
hold
way to
is
kill him."
just cutting
Here,
off
who's this?
circulation.
There's a voice from the door. And this young dark-skinned guy throws a steak over to you.
Oh, is
Hi,
this the
Veronica.
dude that brought me here? James?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Elliot, you recognize this as the kid that you fought in the pit.
What was his
Um,
name?
Zane.
Zane?
Yeah.
Just looks over with concern and just goes, "You're not Zane, are you?"
No, that's Jack. Jack, get the fuck out of my friend's body.
Wait, that's your friend?
Well, friend, business acquaintance.
Veronica's let go of Zach now and is standing up. And
So is he like a... He like deal drugs or something? Because he was clearly on something.
I was on him. Weird. Sounds a little gay.
Phrasing, mate.
What do you mean you were
So-
on him? Like
He's
controlling him?
Jack,
Like a
Jack,
puppet?
Jack is currently possessing Zane.
What do you mean
just
that night in the gym?
Yeah. But
So-
you actually have a good kick to you.
Okay, makes sense why he could stand up. Pretty sure I
Yeah,
cracked
he's
at least a
bruised for
rib or
days.
two.
Okay, forgive me if I'm being a little thick, but I just want to make sure I have my facts right. You are the ghost of Jack the Ripper.
No,
And
Jack's I'm assuming Jack is a vampire as well. He's just body hopping for a short time.
Wait, vampires can body hop?
Apparently.
Spoilers. I don't want to give the game away. I'm just here to deliver a message. Make sure that you're all familiar with the rules.
And what if?
Um,
And I suppose if we refuse to play the game, you'll do something unspeakably horrid to our friends and family.
I'll start with your dog.
It's Jack the Ripper, me. I wouldn't. No, yeah, he just says it's Jack the Ripper, me. I wouldn't push it.
So, if you all kindly sit down, shut up, listen.
Can I ask a quick question before we shut up, sit down, and listen?
Zach,
sure.
not the fucking time.
Elliot
So-
in the corner just crosses his arms in front of his chest.
Sorry, when
Zach, Zach,
I get it.
you don't get to speak anymore. Sit
No,
down.
just stop for a second. Right, what are you trying to say?
Yes, I do.
Hey.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go back to him. Just so the whole Jack the Ripper had a medical expertise. Is that actually true, or is that part of the legend?
Oh,
Let
for
me get to
fuck's
that.
sake, Zach!
Look, I'm not as long-winded as a boss. Let's just sit down and get through this. So, try to leave the city. We'll kill your friends and family. We'll kill you. We'll start again. Try and tell anyone what you are. Try and get the police to stop us. We'll kill your friends and family, your dogs, your children. No questions at this time. Yeah. We would like you to try and continue on with your little lives, your wedding, your jobs. And we're going to play a game. See how well you do. Think of this as a test of character. Your goal is to survive. See what you can hold on to. Now you can ask questions.
Well,
Is this-
we've already told someone before learning these rules.
I mean, as long as they don't tell anyone. If the goal is not to cause any more panic, yeah, I don't like this to be too messy.
More panic than a giant hole in reality above the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, it's a good cover. I mean, people running around being like vampires are real. Suddenly everyone's carrying stakes and trying to nail people to wood. It's weird.
Yeah, not the way I prefer to get nailed.
Kind of gay.
He is very gay. He is very gay. He has a husband.
Oh, okay.
Boyfriend,
I thought you were married.
So,
no. Maybe
Huh.
maybe in a few years. We're still discussing it.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
no. Jack the Ripper's standing in front of you and you're talking about domestic issues. I love it. There's way more time than a lot of people have taken this.
So what is there a particular number to the experiment we are? Like, is this like the 8th, 9th, 100th time you've tried this little experiment?
I'm not always involved.
I assume
So-
probably yes.
It's his game.
So what's the end goal to this little experiment? I mean, there's got to be something you're hoping to get out of it,
Probably see us break.
unless you're just doing it for shits and giggles.
I mean, I'm doing it for giggles.
I mean,
It's a
gotta
modern
be-
thing, isn't it? That's
the shits. Yeah, it's a
it's a
modern
lark.
kind of phrase. Just doing it for a laugh, which I suppose makes sense if you're hundreds of years old. Got to be fucking boring.
I'm going to assume you won't give us the identities of your other cohorts.
I mean,
Well, first is Mary, then there's me, and then there's the dog boy.
By dog boy, do you mean a werewolf?
Spoilers.
Fuck,
Of
elves
course
are
they're-
real, motherfucker.
Of course.
Still.
Yeah, fucking vampires, werewolves, and ghosts, oh my.
Hmm.
Where's the yellow brick road? Because I want to get off.
And the Dorothy, that's the phrase. That was fucking killing me.
Need to figure out if there's a historical monster or cultist named Mary.
Mary,
have fun with that.
Bloody Mary,
I
Queen
hope
of
you-
Scots.
I hope you survive. Enjoy the wedding. Well wishes to your sisters, by the way. And yeah, I think that sort of finishes this off.
Marie Antoinette.
It's been really nice to meet you all. You might want to eat this. I don't know. When he pulls that knife and stabs himself in the throat. The body falls bonelessly to the ground, and blood starts pooling out towards you.
And that's the moment where James now, like, he was annoyed and like he was willing to go with it, but now he's gonna start hunting these fuckers down. He doesn't care. Like, he figures, I'm immortal, so I can spend however long doing this now, but I will kill all of these motherfuckers.
So
There are two medical professionals. I assume if we check the body, it's too late.
Yeah, no, like this is a very practiced move. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jack the Ripper.
Veronica just sits there and goes, so we are completely fucked sideways.
Yeah.
Let's just get this sort of reaction shots, everyone, and we'll wrap up. So James looks angry, I take it?
Yeah, I think, James is angry. It's not that he was particularly close to Zane, it's more just the flippant execution of someone, somebody that he knew, like just how cavalier and flippant it was.
Yeah, just toss aside like trash.
Yeah.
Zach, how do you feel?
Zach's got a quist look in his face, looking at the body, looking at the books around, looking at the others, and just thinks to himself, the game's afoot then.
Veronica?
Two things. One towards Zach and one towards what happened. Veronica is like terrified because A, they've already murdered all four of us. B, they just murdered this random guy for convenience or maybe just giggles. And C, if they're willing to do all of that, there's no guarantee that they won't just decide that we aren't worth the trouble and kill us all. And for Zach, she now has an intense burning hatred and revulsion towards Zach because in her eyes, he didn't even try to stay human. He is a monster.
And Elliot?
Elliot's face is cold. Like, just that stone face of not showing anything.
Oh, cold isn't the emotional state. I thought you meant physically cold.
No, like emotionally cold.
So as the camera pans around, takes on these this little reaction shot. It'll pull back across the blood poured across the floor, across the dead body, and we'll end. Good session, everyone.
Well, that was just so mean. Pausing.
Also, to cover up the body, Sack will probably just try and sneak it into the hospital, and just get it listed as a John Doe.
But we'll deal with that next week, or maybe never. It's not really important.
Yeah.
But yeah. This has been Table Troop Games, the What Afterlife game, and yeah, things are going to get a lot worse before they have a chance to get better.
I'm starting to ascend. I'm rejoining my people. They need me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Now I just need to figure out if they can stay awake, because they shouldn't be able to stay awake during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to find ghouls and get rid of them. Because we can travel during the day without problems. They can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Is like there's 5 of them and 5 of us. All we need to do is find them and take them all out at the same time.
Where's the 5th one?
But yeah, I don't know why I was thinking 5. Sorry, I'm looking at the windows and there's 5 of us in the Zoom call. So I was thinking 5. But yeah, no, there's we can take. Should be able to take them out, and then all of us can converge on Alistair Crowley and kick the shit out of him last.
Sack's first goal is to try and figure out how to reactivate the wards of this place to keep not their coterie out.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I guess next week we'll pick it up with the wedding. But yeah, thank you for joining us. We're gonna go do our after show.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Thanks for
Happy
watching.
birthday.
Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. It's been fun. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, Sack's whole murder thing secret stayed a lot longer than I thought it would.